తర్వాత మార్చడం పీడిఎఫ్ మార్చాలి. హలో, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఎవరిబడి. కళ్ళు మండుతున్నాయి కానీ టైం కెనాట్ వెయిట్. దట్స్ వై విల్ కంటిన్యూ ఎనీహౌ. ఆర్ యు రెడీ? హలో, నమస్తే అండి. ఎవరండి? రామకృష్ణ బాబు గారు, చెప్పండి. అదే చూస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు, వెరిఫై చేస్తున్నారు. మన డాక్టర్ గారు సుధాకర్ గారు చెప్పారు, ఆమె విమ్స్కి రిఫర్ చేసినట్టుగా ఉంది మా రికార్డులో. విమ్స్కి 25వ తారీఖు రిఫర్ చేసినట్టుంది. మరి ఆమె వెళ్ళిందా లేదా అని చూస్తున్నారు. ఓకే 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 మై డియర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, sorry for the disturbance. As the nodal officer of this hospital for corona, sometimes these disturbances occur. As it is from the MLA, I have to attend. MLAs and collectors, we have to mobilize. Okay. In the previous class, we were discussing about these venereal diseases. The classical venereal diseases, all of you know, the syphilis, gonorrhea, chancroid, LGB, granuloma inguinale, and herpes simplex. These are the due to bacterial agents, you know fully well, Neisseria gonorrhoeae, chlamydia, Treponema pallidum, Haemophilus leukeri, all these things. And viral, human herpesvirus 1 and 2, herpes simplex, or human beta herpesvirus 5, like this, human papilloma virus, molluscum contagiosum virus, and this human immunodeficiency virus, which is very familiar to each and everyone from child to old man. Protozoal agents like Entamoeba histolytica, which causes the amoebiasis. Almost 80 to 85% of the Indians are having amoebiasis. They might have suffered at one time or other due to amoebiasis. Giardia, and then Trichomonas vaginalis. This is somewhat common in females. And then fungal agents, Candida albicans, especially in the diabetic patients. You can see this Candida albicans in much larger numbers. Ectoparasites, Sarcoptes, scabies, all of you know. Agent factors, I think we have discussed. The most vulnerable age is 20 to 24, followed by 15 to 19, and then 25 to 29. 20 to 24, that is, you might be in this group. Your contemporaries, your colleagues, your classmates, they are at higher risk. Sex-wise, this infection is more common in women rather than men. Marital status, actual marital status, if he is married and living with one partner who is believable, then they may not get these STDs. But if they are single, diverse, separated, all these persons are more vulnerable, as they will have multiple sex partners or unbelievable partners or new partners like that. Socioeconomic status, lower socioeconomic status throws them into these STDs. The demographic factors which are causing these STDs are rural to urban migration, increasing educational opportunities, especially for women, delaying their marriage, and this population explosion and increasing number of young people. Now, if you see the pyramid, the population pyramid, there is increase in the young people who are more susceptible for these STDs, and as well as in increasing the population also. The social factors, commercial sex working, broken homes, social disruption, social stigma, alcoholism, sexual disharmony, easy money, emotional immaturity, urbanization, and international patterns. We want to copy the things from the West. By that also, these STDs are increasing. You take the technology from the West, you mix the culture of this our country with that. If these two are the partners, the culture of India and the technology of the West, then we can have a bright future. Risk factors: engaging in sexual activity when either partner has unhealed lesions. One person, one of the partner, wife or husband, may get the disease. He may have gone to the doctor, has taken treatment, but it is incomplete treatment, and the wound has not healed it. Then, if they participate in sex without safety measures, that is condom, using condom, then there is every possibility of getting this. This is the risk factor. And a rectal or vaginal irritation or infection, if the person is having this one, then also there is possibility. Sexual activity that may damage the mucosal lining, either the rectal or vaginal, that is also caused. Tampon use and vaginal dryness. This is the primary chancre of syphilis. Syphilis, if you know about the syphilis, you know everything. Syphilis is such a disease which is having so much variety, spectrum of clinical features and variety of this one. If you know about syphilis, you can know everything. Without civilization, there is no civilization. Once they call like that, due to industrialization, at that time, in those days, it was called that without civilization, there is no civilization. And the other picture, this is the secondary syphilis, rashes on the palms, erythema on the palms. If you see the palms, there will be erythema. 1 second. Hello? Hello? Gonococcal infection, it is of shortest incubation period. The symptoms, if you see, purulent discharge from the genitals, purulent discharge, foul smelling, odd smelling, and dark colored discharge with burning sensation. 1 second. Hello? కొంచెం ఆగి మాట్లాడండి, కొంచెం బిజీగా ఉన్నాను నేను, ఒక పావు గంట తర్వాత I will call you back. Okay. Burning sensation during urination and conjunctivitis, burning eyes, discharge from the eyes, purulent discharge from the eyes, especially in the neonates, as the baby is passing through the vagina of the mother, the child may get this gonococcal infection. Trichomoniasis in the females, the greenish yellow frothy vaginal discharge. It occurs even in preterm deliveries also. Low birth weight. The child who is born may be having low birth weight. Complications in the females, the most complications of sexually transmitted disease will be PID, pelvic inflammatory disease, and cervicitis. Cervicitis leading to cervical ulcer and then cervical carcinoma, carcinoma cervix. In the males, urethritis, strictures, prostatitis, like that. We will be having obstructed urination, this stagnation of urine like that, and urethritis, burning micturition, prostatitis will be there. In males and females, there are the problems of fertility. They may land in infertility. Reproductive system problems will be there. Infants infected while in the womb during pregnancy, they may lead to stillbirth, or even blindness in the newborn child, and permanent neurological damage may occur in the case of syphilis. Permanent neurological damage, and as of my experience, some of the people who are having syphilis, untreated syphilis, incomplete treatment for syphilis, those women, they land in repeated abortions, habitual abortions, repeated abortions. Control of STDs, initial planning must be there. how many people, how much of the percentage of the people they are exposed to STDs, or how much of the people are having these STDs? How much manpower we have got? How many specialists to treat these STDs we have got? It is very minimal, and these people cannot meet the needs of these large number of people with STDs. Intervention strategies, support components, monitoring and evaluation. These are the steps for control of STDs. Why are women at higher risk? If we discuss this one, why woman is she's the mother. She is the God, and she is giving way for the newborn child into the world. Why that woman is subjected to higher risk for STDs? You see the biological differences, the thin lining of the vaginal mucosa, which is lined with the epithelial cells. This is a very thin lining, and a larger exposed area. If you see the exposed area of the vagina, the surface area of the vagina, it is very large. Genital fluids stay in contact for longer time because of the anatomical position. There is in the vagina, the stagnation of this genital fluids will be there. Along with that, the bacteria will grow. And young woman, immature genital tract. In the young woman, if you see the teenage marriages, teenage pregnancies, teenage intercourse, premarital intercourse, and forced intercourse, like that. Immature genital tract, cervical ectopy, these are the reasons for young women. And symptoms, less reliable indicator. These people may not have any symptoms. They may not show the symptoms because it is hidden inside. Even if there is ulcer, she may get the pain. She ignores that one. If she gets pain during the intercourse, so she thinks that's something else, but not the ulcer. She cannot see it. That's why these are less reliable indicators. And the use of vaginal douches, and we know how much menstrual hygiene they will maintain, and how much post-coital hygiene they will maintain, post-maturation hygiene they maintain, post-defecation hygiene, how much they maintain, postpartum hygiene, how much they maintain. All these things, these count, and these are the factors why women are at more risk. Influence of hormonal contraceptives, excessive use of estrogens, and all these cause. Different socio-cultural norms for men and women. In our country, before times, a decade or so back, the men were dominating, but now both are equal, and a day will come when the women will dominate the men and they will take the upper reach. STIs, RTIs, a public health problem. It is a major cause of ill health in the country. And then it causes serious complications in men and women. Increase the risk of HIV transmission, as in the previous class I have discussed. It is 10 to 20 times more in the STD patients than the non-STD patients. The people who are not having STDs are less, 10 to 15 folds less vulnerable for HIV to get. Responsible for reproductive loss, and responsible for reproductive loss. If the woman is losing her child, if she is not confident that the child born to her will live for a long time, for 100 years or 80 years or like that, then they will not come forward for family planning operations because of this insecurity of the life of the child. That is another problem for the failure of the family plan. Increase the cost to the health system because the treatment for these STDs also, the burden on the community and the country. If you see implications of HIV, STI, and Tamil Nadu, HIV positive among the STI cases in STI clinics. We are having VDOP, venereal disease OP. In that, if you see in Tamil Nadu, out of 100 STD patients, 8.4 out of 1084 people are having HIV. 8.4. In Maharashtra, it is 10.4. If you see our Andhra Pradesh, it is 16.4, which is alarming. Our state is alarming. It is first in everything. See, the effect of STD on HIV link, this is the link. To sum up, STIs, RTIs are the major public health problem in India. Don't think it is not a problem, it is only for the bad people or something like that. It is a major public health problem in India. They cause serious complications in men, women, and even in the newborn. They cause serious complications in men, women, and even in the newborn. They present a huge disease and financial burden to the country. Disease burden as well as financial burden. There is a strong link between STIs and HIV that we have discussed. Barriers to the providers of failure to recognize the magnitude. We are unable to recognize the magnitude because of the stigma or the bad name for the STDs, Sokavyadulu, like that. And that's why there's a failure to recognize the magnitude. Overemphasis on laboratory-based diagnosis. Overemphasis on laboratory-based diagnosis. If we ask a person to undergo VDRL, how much reliable it is. If it is positive, can we take it as granted? No. If it is negative, no. So the reliability and emphasis. This is what play an important role. Irrational use of drugs. If a person goes to a woman or a woman goes to a man, and then immediately they will take one tetracycline capsule, terramycin capsule, and they think that he is cured of that one. Irrational use. If they take some antibiotic, it will go away. That is another thing. No standardized treatment regime for all the providers. Less emphasis on patient education and counseling. There is no counseling. Specialized clinics carry stigma. If we put a clinic for STDs, it is a stigma. If anybody goes into that with a good intention to cure of that disease, the people seeing him, they may laugh at him. They may look down. That's why that stigma. For that matter, you please understand, any person can go to any shop and take cigarettes directly, cigarette packet, or even wine or whiskey without any hesitation. Nobody thinks anything. But please think, if somebody wants to have a condom, Nirod, even from a medical shop, how much difficult it is. He has to wait till all the people goes away from that shop. Lo only he will ask, condom. What is that? Condom, like that. Then he looks, he puts a strange face on him, and he will, which is useful for the person in protecting him, the condom, it is difficult to get. But which is spoiling the health of the people, that is the cigarettes and the alcohol, they are easily available and easily accessible. This is the problem. Okay. Barriers on the client side, lack of knowledge. They are not having any knowledge. And moreover, misconceptions. Even if he has got STDs, if he has intercourse with a virgin, he will get rid of the disease. This is the misconception among the people, which is wrong, which is unbelievable, which is wrong. It is not scientific. He is spoiling another girl. Asymptomatic infections, misconceptions. Not all clients seek treatment from the trained providers. They will go to an RMP or a quack, and he will take some protein penicillin or something like that, and he will get off treatment or 1/4 treatment. Lack of knowledge about the service sites, where it is available, how many people know. Reluctance to discuss sexual matters. With whom an young boy discuss? Can he discuss with his father? Can she discuss with her mother? Can they discuss with their teacher? These are the problems. Reluctance to discuss about the sexual matters. Then what will he do? He'll go to a classmate of him who was in the 10th class classmate and a school dropout. He will ask him about this thing. By that, they will get the wrong knowledge. That wrong knowledge is carrying this one. Stigma attached to STIs, fear of judgmental attitude of the providers, healthcare providers, the doctors, judgmental. He will scold the patient. Why you have done like that? Why you have done like this? That fear of judgmental attitude and scoldings of the doctors. Reluctance to undergo physical examination. If a lady wants to have examination of her genitalia by the male doctor, there is a reluctance. If a male wants to examine by a lady doctor, he will have reluctance. So, problems in management of STIs and RTIs. If you see here, this is the woman with RTI. If there are 100 people, among them, the symptomatic are only 50. Among them, the people who seek the treatment, it is only 35 or 38 or so. And go to the health unit, that is 30%. And among them, the correct treatment they will get is only 8 to 10%. Compliance, complete treatment, it is only 5%. And treatment effective treatment is only 2 to 3%. Partner treatment is only 1%. Partner treatment is only 1%. For all these 100, this also should be 100. This also should be 100. This is the lacune. This is the lacune. Here we are failing. If we increase this to this level, then only we can manage. Operational model, role of health services, population with STIs. If this is the load, this is the burden of the STI population. Aware and worried is only 50%. Seeking care is this one. Correct diagnosis, it is only up to this level. We have to increase this correct diagnosis up to this. We have to rectify this one. And correct treatment, correct diagnosis. After diagnosis, the correct treatment, it should also be increased to this level. And treatment complete treatment, we are stopping at this level. But this must be the, so the cure, syndromic approach, including STI drugs, is essential list, in the essential list. We have to include this STI drugs also in the essential drugs. Prescribe single dose, counsel about the compliance. If we make these 3 columns, these 4 columns up to this level, then we can manage to some extent the STIs. Okay. STI control strategies. This is effective management of STIs depends upon the prevention of complications, opportunities for patient education, and decreases the spread and reinfection. Reinfection is another problem. Reinfection. If a person comes with STD, we will treat him. He is cured, but in the meanwhile, he might have had intercourse with his wife, and this infection has gone to his wife. It is there in his wife, and even if we treat him completely from his wife, he will get it again. This is reinfection. Implications for doctors. What we have to do? STI RTI control needs both curative as well as preventive strategies working in we the doctors can play a major role in addressing either strategy. Both the strategies we have to follow. We must keep in mind the strong link between STIs and HIV. This is the main problem. Yes, the strong link between STI and HIV while managing the STI RTIs. By treating STIs and RTIs, by managing these, we are not only managing STIs, we are reducing the prevalence, we are reducing the incidence of HIV. That is another bonus point what we are doing. Just we'll have another thing for this. another chart, syndromic case management we will discuss for 10 minutes. For that I am saying. For this, the government and the WHO, they have formulated the syndromic case management. We'll treat naturally, the person may not have only one single disease. He will have multiple diseases at a time. Therefore, that's sake, as we are having lack of experts in treating these cases, the lack of experts. So we are approaching this in a syndromic case management. Syndromic case management. This is if a person is having urethral discharge, either male or female, urethral discharge, pus or mucopurulent, pain or burning while passing urine, pain or burning while passing urine, increased frequency of urination, may occur even in the urinary tract infection or in the males even due to the prostatitis, and then even diabetes mellitus like that. Systemic symptoms like malaise fever, if these are there, if these symptoms are there, symptomatic, then the healthcare provider, even the A&M at the PHC level, they can distribute the drug which is supplied in a separate packet. That is kit 1, grey color. Kit 1, grey color for urethral discharge. What it contains? Azithromycin 1 gram stat at a time and cefixime 400 milligrams stat. Only 2 tablets at a time. These 2 tablets are supplied in this grey packet. The second one is cervical discharge. This is urethral discharge and this is cervical discharge. Cervical discharge. Nature and type of discharge, we have to look for the quantity, color and odor. Burning while passing urine, increased frequency, genital complaints by sexual partners. Associated with low backache. Here also will give this kit 1, that is grey, containing azithromycin 1 gram as well as cefixime 400 milligrams, both stratum. The third one is painful scrotal swelling. Painful scrotal swelling in men. Swelling and pain in the scrotal region. Pain or burning while passing urine. Systemic symptoms like malaise fever, history of urethral discharge if he is having like this. Then also will give kit 1, that is grey color, containing azithromycin 1 gram and cefixime 400 milligrams. This is all kit 1. Kit 1, grey color for urethral discharge, cervical discharge or painful scrotal swelling. Please, this is to treat all recent partners, to treat partners when symptomatic, treat all the recent partners. This is about the grey color. And then vaginal discharge. If there is vaginal discharge, nature and type of discharge, what is the quantity of it, what is the color of it, what is the odor of the discharge, we have to see. And then, however, whatever it may be, burning while passing urine, increased frequency, genital complaints by sexual partners, low backache. Here we will give green packet. This is called kit 2. Kit 2, green packet. What it contains? Secunidazole 2 grams stratum and fluconazole 150 milligrams stratum. Only 2 tablets. Secunidazole 2 grams as well as fluconazole 150 milligram. This is green packet. To whom we have to give? Treat the partners when symptomatic. We have to give to the partners when they are symptomatic. And then genital ulcer, non-herpetic. Non-herpetic genital. There is an ulcer on the genital area, on the male genital or female genital tract. Then genital ulcer, single or multiple, painful or painless, whatever it is. If there is genital ulcer associated with burning sensation in the genital area, burning sensation, not itching, burning sensation in the genital area, enlarged lymph nodes. If these symptoms are there, then we will give this white kit and blue kit. The white kit contains, this is called kit 3. White kit is called kit 3. Benzathine penicillin, that is long-acting penicillin, it acts for 1 week. Benzathine penicillin, 2.4 mega units, 1 vial, once in a week we will give naturally. 1 vial, tablet azithromycin 1 gram single dose. 2.4 mega units of benzathine penicillin. This should be given only to the buttock. Don't give on the deltoid area. Deep intramuscular. It is oily. It is somewhat oily and it is painful. So 2.4 mega units of benzathine penicillin plus azithromycin 1 gram single dose. This is white. White kit contains these two. If allergic to penicillin, some people may be allergic to penicillin. Before giving penicillin, please don't forget to give sensitive test dose, test for sensitivity for penicillin. If anybody is allergic to penicillin, then go for blue kit. Go for blue kit. This is called kit 4. Blue kit. It is colored blue. What it contains? Doxycycline 100 milligrams 2 times a day for 15 days. He has to take 15 days, 30 tablets of doxycycline 100 milligrams. And azithromycin single dose 1 gram. Azithromycin 1 gram single dose. Doxycycline 15 days, 2 tablets per day, morning 1, evening 1. Okay, this is blue kit. For whom this will be given? For the people who are sensitive to penicillin, or allergic to penicillin. Okay. Sir, class no Then the genital ulcer. Genital ulcer, herpetic. Here genital ulcer, non-herpetic. It is genital ulcer, herpetic. Genital ulcer vesicles, single or multiple, painful, and which are recurrent. In herpes, there is recurrent attacks. It will not go in a month or a year or so. It will be there for a long period. Genital ulcer or vesicles, single or multiple, painful, recurrent. Burning sensation in the genital area. Here, what will give? Will give red packet. Red packet containing acyclovir 400 milligrams. 3 tablets per day for 7 days. 21 tablets will be there in this red packet. Morning 1, afternoon 1, night 1. 3 tablets per day. Like that, for 7 days we have to give acyclovir. Here, no partner treatment. Herpes simplex, herpetic ulcers. Don't give treatment for the partner. How this spreads, you know. And how it is this one? This, this sanitizer is causing irritation. For the other genital ulcers, treat all sexual partners for the past 3 months. Okay. Then coming to the lower abdomen pain. People complaining of lower abdominal pain, fever, vaginal discharge, menstrual irregularities like heavy bleeding, irregular bleeding, vaginal, heavy or irregular menstrual bleeding, dysmenorrhea, dyspareunia, dysuria, tenesmus, low backache, cervical motion tenderness. All these symptoms, they will come under lower abdominal pain. Lower abdominal pain. If a woman is having these things, any of these things, then go for yellow package. Yellow package. Kit number 6. This is called kit number 6. This yellow kit contains cefixime 400 milligrams, stratum, and then metronidazole 400 milligrams, one tablet in the morning, one in the evening for 14 days. That is 28 tablets. Plus doxycycline 100 milligrams BD for 14 days. 28 tablets of this metronidazole, 28 capsules of doxycycline, and 1 tablet of cefixime. All these complete set will be there in the yellow packet. That is kit number 6. Kit number 6 for lower abdominal pain. Coming to inguinal bubo. Swelling in the inguinal region. Swelling in the inguinal region, which may be painful. Swelling in in Telugu it may be called as sega, I think. It is very painful, they tell. Then preceding history of genital ulcer or discharge. Systemic symptoms like malaise, fever, etc. Azithromycin 1 gram. Azithromycin 1 gram stratum followed by doxycycline 100 milligrams BD for 21 days. 21 days he has to take treatment for this inguinal bubo. 1 tablet of azithromycin 1 gram and 42 tablets, 42 capsules or tablets of doxycycline containing 100 milligrams. This is called kit number 7, which is black in color. Black in color. Treat all sexual partners for the past 3 weeks whom he met in the past 3 weeks. All these people must be treated. Mind it, during the treatment also, if he wants to have intercourse, he must use condom. The important considerations for management of all STIs and RTIs. Educate and counsel the client. Just don't prescribe and throw it away. Give the paper to him and send him. You educate the person. Counsel the client. Counseling is more important. For that sake, we are having social workers, medico-social workers we are having to educate and counsel the client and sexual partner also. Not only the patient, it is not the spouse, it is the sexual partner or partners. Any number of partners he is having, either casual or regular or permanent. All these people must be counseled and treated regarding STI-RTI. Safer sex practices with protection, non-penetrating sex. There are so many other means and methods how to get satisfaction without penetrating, without getting the sexually transmitted diseases, without getting the reproductive infections. So those practices we have to teach them. And importance of taking complete treatment. What is the importance of taking complete treatment also must be told to them. Treat the partners. We have to treat the partners, all the partners completely. Otherwise, it will recur. Advise the sexual abstinence. Until marriage, no sex. After marriage, only one partner, believable partner, only one. If under any circumstances, if there is a requirement like non-cooperation or something, this is suffering with some diseases and not able to to take part in the intercourse by the partner, spouse, then in those conditions, use condom during the course of treatment. Even during the course of treatment also, provide condoms and educate them the correct and consistent use of condom. It is not just giving the condom, putting them into their hand is not sufficient. We have to educate them how to use them correctly and consistently. Just one time intercourse they use and the other times they may not use. So consistent use and correct use of condoms. Refer all patients to ICTC, Integrated Counseling and Testing Centers we have got, and we have to refer them to the ICTC. Follow up for 7 days for all STIs. All STIs, follow up after 7 days. 7 days. Follow up after 7 days. For lower abdomen pain, we have to follow up on the 3rd day, 7th day, and 14th day. 3rd, 7th, and 14th. 3rd, 7th, and 14th day, we have to do follow up for lower abdomen pain. And for inguinal bubo, the follow up days are 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. That means once in a week. Once in a week for 3 weeks. Inguinal bubo 3 times, once in a week. For lower abdominal pain, 3rd, 7th, and 14th. By 2 weeks it will be over. For other STIs, only 7 days. After 7 days, only 1 visit. If symptoms persist, if the symptoms persist, assess whether it is due to reinfection or and advise prompt referral. If the symptoms persist, it may be the drugs may not be acting, or he may got the reinfection. That's why you diagnose again and advise prompt referral. Consider the immunization against hepatitis B. That is most important. Every one of us has got the vaccination against hepatitis B. We are at risk, though not sexually transmitted. It is through other routes we are vulnerable to get this hepatitis B. That's why immunization against hepatitis B is most important. And I think we can stop here. Otherwise, my throat is going. Due to irritation for this sanitizer. The room is full of sanitizer. Where I'm unable to open my eyes also. So we will stop at this. And anything you want to add? I think this flow chart I can give you. In what way? 0 to 3. Good morning. 030. You can't see the slides? You are unable to see the slides. There is no other person who is assisting me. So, if you want, we will repeat again also. But at present, I am unable to sit in this room. Anything to add? My dear friends, go through this syndromic case management and the recent advances in managing the STIs, sexually transmitted infections. There is a difference between STI and STD and RTI, reproductive tract infections. Go through this. Just I will ignite the light and you have to grow. You have to make it more bright. I think my time is over. The next person will be waiting. Shall we stop? Or anything to say, please. Another 2 to 4 minutes we can wait. 2 to 4 minutes. Please respond. Please respond. One not 8. 108, please respond. 108, 088, 038, 124, are you there? 124, 123, 123, 118. Nobody is responding. 061. Anybody respond? 002. 002. 114. Tarun. 114. Tarun. Hello? Hello? Good morning. Urgent అయితే చెప్పమ్మా లేకపోతే కొంచెం ఆగి చేయండి అర్జెంట్ కాబట్టి నేను వేరే పని. Anybody is there? Zero 35. 064. Unmute your system. Unmute and talk or chat. 047. 047. 093. 125. Okay. Let us stop at this. Thank you all. Have a good day. Any doubt you can. One more thing. Tomorrow evening we are conducting webinar on World Population Day to all the medical colleges in our state. Webinar on Population Day. Some of the HODs will talk from different medical colleges. It is between 3 to 5:30. 3 to 5:30 tomorrow evening. Webinar about the population. Next Wednesday, we are planning to do it on COVID. And we will plan what is necessary for you. That is multiple choice questions or what is the PG entrance like that. Every week, we want to have web conference with the students. Anybody? 110. I think there is some technical problem. Nobody is talking means there is some technical problem. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me? Okay, okay. Okay, good. Shall we stop? Because we should not enter into the others arena. Good. Thank you very much.